It's Week 17 of the National Football League, and we have Amon-Ra St. Brown on center stage. Big plays follow him around. He comes in second in the NFL in receiving yards. It's the Lions and the Cowboys, next on Madden Football.
DA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Tonight, we've got a good NFC matchup in store, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Dallas Cowboys. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin with you on a Saturday night here in Dallas. CD, it's been a wild and unpredictable season. A lot of teams getting ready for the playoffs, jockeying for position, and this, a good one here in the NFC.
A real good one, because these two teams, they think big. They think about going on and playing bigger games, and also think about these two on Thanksgiving. Both of them hosting, now they're going head-to-head in a matchup that we've been eagerly anticipating.
It's a late season Saturday night in Dallas. The Lions, the Cowboys underway here in Week 17. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So the Cowboys ready to go on offense for the first time, and it is their now 30-year-old quarterback, Dak Prescott, who leads the way.
And he just continues to throw touchdown pass after touchdown pass, leading the league here down the final stretch of the year. Guys will say that the numbers and rankings, they don't matter to him very much, but I don't know how much I actually believe that. Sure, he's team first, but I think everyone would like to see him finish number one, including himself.
A first down run, not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there, so that'll bring up 2nd and 9. The rushing numbers for Pollard last week, 21 carries, 94 yards, and a score.
And they've already clinched a playoff berth, so I'm eager to see how they approach this game, because some teams' philosophy is to go ahead and get guys out. Other teams' philosophy, continue to do what you're doing best. I expect them to go ahead and use their top guys all the way through this one.
An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Now Prescott. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they proved their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, it's earned it by their play. The psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
Well, the Lions offense getting ready to go to work here, and under center, a man whose career's been rejuvenated a bit as of late. And season number 8 now out of Cal, it's Jared Goff.
Rumors of Goff's demise? Greatly exaggerated, it seems. Boy, what a big year he had last year. 29 touchdowns. It led the Lions to their first winning season since 2017. Under his leadership, the Lions expect to make the playoffs for the first time in a few seasons.
An excellent pickup of 20 yards. That's the #2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be #2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be #1.
Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here, as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. And not what you want to see this late in the season. The medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Now Goff. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Lions take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Riley Patterson now for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and the end result, a Detroit touchdown. This will come out to the 25 as Lewis going to opt to not return it. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 34 yards there and a first down.
Now that's a big-time run. Lightning in a bottle, forget it. He exploded out of the bottle for that type of a pickup.
First down, Prescott.
That's dumped off to Pollard.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to bring up second down.
Pollard, they'll take it up the gut.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
You talk about this Lions defense.
They were very good a week ago in the win over Minnesota.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, the head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to be looking at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
Robbie Gould on now to try the field goal. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. The kick by Gould is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And really, it's worth talking a little more about the stakes of this game. Currently, these are the top 2 seeds in the NFC. I think they're the 2 best teams. Would you agree?
I think you can definitely make the case that they are, and I like where you're going with that. I do know that we've seen a couple of other teams along the way that would say, hey, don't forget about us. But your premise, I think, could be spot on. These could easily be the top 2 teams in the NFC.
He's airing it out for Williams.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Trayvon Diggs.
And the Cowboys are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
From the 46-yard line, a second down and 6.
Prescott to throw it. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
Aiden Hutchinson in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. Prescott down.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 31. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
CeeDee Lamb is intended target.
And that'll bring up 2nd down.
You talk about this Lions defense.
They are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
They've established themselves pretty well throughout this season. But boy, what a competitive group of people. They do not like that ranking they have now. because they think that they're better, and they're out to prove it again in this game.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. And CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game in their victory a week ago. But what's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions, don't you, partner? Because with this guy, if you blitz him, he takes advantage of that man coverage and burns you. But if you bring on those extra DBs, he sits back there and does what he wants. To me, it's going to be those DBs. When they catch the ball, big-time tackles really put it on those receivers.
The kick by Gold is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got two division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. And they'll send Williams in motion right. Here's Goff. He'll find his rookie tight end, Sam Laporta. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. 9 carries, 115 yards, and a touchdown.
And he has 12 touchdowns on the ground this season, so you know he's a big part of their offense. They count on him, not only to score the touchdowns, but now they can play action, fake it to him, throw it out to the wide receivers, get it to other players who can also produce.
After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Trying the left side with Gibbs. And he's got this pretty close to a 1st down at the Cowboys' 42. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets them into a 3rd and 1 situation. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Gibbs will try and pick it up. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit. They'll try the air now with Goff. That'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And in for the Lions touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half, as his guys are able to extend their lead. In the second quarter and already his 2nd touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this 1st half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Extra point try now for Patterson. And it's up. It's good. Our score 14-6. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. This will come out to the 25 as Lewis going to opt to not return it. The Dallas offense back out onto the field.
They've been settling quite a bit. They've been able to move the football some, but they've just been settling. That's one of the reasons they're down on the scoreboard.
I love that word you picked, settling, because nowadays in this NFL, you're thinking touchdown almost every drive because everything's so high power. Yeah, you'll take the field goal, but you always feel like you're leaving points out there when you don't put it in the end zone.
They'll be trying to put it in the end zone here on this drive. A second down throw for Prescott.
This one complete to Tunyon underneath.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The offense on third down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Trying to run for it with Pollard.
And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On to punt now, Anger as he boots this one away.
Fielded just inside the 20.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards.
And the Lions will take over.
Jahmyr Gibbs and the rest of the offense headed back out.
He's only had a couple of carries. I mean, when you've got a horse like this, second quarter, got to start to ride that horse a little more, don't you?
You can't just neglect him. He's got to touch it, and often, in order to get maximum out of it. Typically, these types of backs, it's the accumulation of carries, and that's when you see the damage as the game goes on.
Yeah, let's see. They're going to try to get him into the flow, we would assume here. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Gibbs straight ahead.
And he's brought down short by a yard. It's a 3rd down gain of 4.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop him short of a first down.
And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. So they snap it straight to the up man. What's his responsibility? Normally, obviously, just to protect, but he's got to be a guy that can be pretty agile too, right?
Yeah, without a doubt, because you're talking about a guy, even in protection, he may have to slide up and down the line of scrimmage to pick up someone who comes through trying to block a punt. So you know he's got that ability to move. But oftentimes, it's usually a running back, a fullback, someone who's used to having the ball in their hands, and he's able to pick up the first down.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Now a give to Gibbs, running left.
Oh, nice move. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
55 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues.
Goff now to throw. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Lions have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. This will come out to the 25 as Lewis going to opt to not return it. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. Well, Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
On 3rd down, it's Pollard, and he'll get this one up to the 26. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Jahmyr Gibbs and the Lions offense getting set once again.
It may just be the 2nd quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into. They're firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
On 2nd down, here's Gibbs.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. On 1st down, Goff.
That throw taken in by Jamison Williams.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Here's Goff now on 2nd down. They'll roll him out right. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that 1st down pickup.
Now Goff on 1st down.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's second down.
Now a play fake, and it's Goff. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up third down on the sack. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points.
Patterson's kick is good.
And that will do it for this first half. So we've come upon halftime here.
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter.
The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. And the Lions getting set to go on offense to start the third. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Here is 3rd down and 4. And off now to Gibbs.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Prescott on 1st down. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
To throw is Prescott.
Left side to Lamb.
And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Prescott and Lamb hooking up for the Cowboy first.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And that is incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Dallas, Texas is the spot. 3rd quarter inside AT&T Stadium. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10.
To the air again, Prescott. Now he's forced out left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Now Prescott.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Another shot now for this Lions offense. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 1st down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
At the Cowboys' 48-yard line.
On 2nd down, Montgomery, and he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
On 1st and 10, Goff finds Gibbs on the check down. It'll be a gain of 5. And it's 2nd down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's got the 1st as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. 46 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd. Back now in Arlington. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. 1st down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
That is caught. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Now it's Goff. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line.
Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground. Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. They get 5 on the run, but it leaves them with a tough 3rd and goal forthcoming. Goff. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. 4 touchdown passes now for Jared Goff.
And the Lions are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Well, partner, he has carried them in this ball game throwing the football. All 4 touchdowns through the air, and that's really helped them get this nice lead.
And I know it's a team game, but right now, he is truly the focal point. Every touchdown his team has so far has been the result of his arm. How about him throwing it downfield, creating big plays? I don't know how you slow him down unless you can make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
Cowboys 13.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. This will come out to the 25 as Lewis going to opt to not return it.
Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
2nd down, Prescott. There again is Cooks, complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. And the offense moving quickly to the line. A 1st down throw for Prescott. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
He was covered by Brian Branch.
Here's 2nd and 10.
And again, it's Prescott. And that's complete to Cooks. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 9.
They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted.
Picked by Tracy Walker. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Another solid game-changing play for this defense with the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, you know, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
Play action. It's Goff. He'll buy some time right.
He'll let this go deep for St. Brown. Oh, a dangerous pass there, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here at their own 23.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
The interception was a good starting point, but still a huge hill to climb with his 3-score deficit and time fading.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. On play action, Prescott.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw, Prescott. He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. We get a look at Amon-Ra St. Brown as his offense readies for the next drive.
What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdowns.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been in a very big way.
Here's 2nd and 7.
They'll go to Montgomery to try to wind some clock. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Gold to add the extra point. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. And this will be covered up by the Lions, and that might just about seal the deal. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Goff going to throw it. Eluding the pressure right.
And even though he gets out of bounds to stop the clock, it's not going to matter. That 1st down going to be enough to write a finish to this one.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game.
Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up.
The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And they take a knee. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and a little bit of a surprise they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ballgame.
And this is very unusual because you know all teams stress winning the turnover battle as a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw here, it's quite the oddity. Now let's face it, they'll be very happy that they pulled this off, but they do know that in the future they've got to work on taking care of the football because this won't happen very often.
So for Detroit,
they solidify their spot in the playoffs as they run their mark to 12-4 on the year.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from AT&T Stadium.